Hi there.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, my name is George.
Hi, George. My name is Mehmet Ali.
Very nice to meet you, Mehmet.
Nice.
Where are you from?
I'm from Turkey. Where are you from?
Excellent. I'm from Manchester in England.
Very good.
And where are you from in Turkey, Mehmet?
I'm
Are
from.
you from Istanbul
No,
or?
I'm from Ankara, the capital. Yeah.
Okay, the capital.
Yeah.
Very good. And how long have you been learning English, Mehmet?
I have been learning English for 10 years, but actively I have been learning for 2 years, I guess. And about speaking, about conversation, I have been struggling 1 year, for 1 year.
Okay, well, you've found a very good way to practice your conversation by using Cambly.
Yes, I guess.
Yeah, it's a very for people who are like yourself, they already have some conversational English, some spoken English.
Yes.
It's a very good way to improve.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
And how long have you been using Cambly then? Like for 1 year or?
No, I have been using Cambly for 4 or 5 months, but 3 years ago I used it for 2 months, but this year I have been using Cambly for 4 months or 5, I guess.
Excellent. Oh, that's good. And have you found it helpful?
Yes,
Have
exactly.
you found it helps your English?
Yes, it's very helpful. I'm using another application. I'm talking with Philippines at that application, but in Cambly, generally the native speakers can talk. So it's very beneficial. It's very and also you can, for example, you are from England, you can find some different accents in Cambly from such as Canada, United States, England, South Africa, and etc. So it's very beneficial because, for example, in Toefl, sometimes the listenings comes from different accents. So it's very good. The Cambly is very good for that purpose.
And are you studying for TOEFL or Ielts, Mehmet?
I guess 6 or 7 months because I want to be a pilot. I want to change my profession. So the interviews will be in English, and also the airlines wants TOEFL and IELTS scores. So I want to get the exams for that reason. And I
very good.
Yes, I guess 3 or 4 years ago I got TOEFL and IELTS. I got 6 points from IELTS overall, from the academic IELTS, and I got 70 from the TOEFL. But I think at that time my English not good. As good as today, so I think I will get higher scores this year, but I am get some theoretical lectures about piloting, so I have no time for proper preparation to the exams, but I try to use Cambly daily. So it's my just preparation nowadays. But after my piloting exams, I will focus on the English.
Good. Yeah, well, that's brilliant. You've just explained to me very clearly exactly where you're up to. I understood everything, so that was very good. Yeah, of course, once you've finished your aviation studies, I would recommend that you should pick either TOEFL or Ielts and study hard for that particular exam. I think both tests are specific, so they're not a test of how generally good you are at English.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to be, but that's not what it is. It's the skills that are needed in each section, reading, writing, listening and speaking, are very specific for each test. So you have to learn the exam technique, which is what we call the exam technique, what the examiner of that particular exam is looking for. And number two, like many exams, but I think both Ielts and TOEFL are good examples of where you have to time manage. Time management is very, very important in terms of you have to be strict with yourself in terms of how much time you give yourself on each question, especially with the IELTS reading, academic reading section is a good example of this. If you spend too long trying to find the information for one question, then I think you should be spending 8 minutes reading the text, 2 minutes reading the questions before the text, and then 1 minute per question. So if you're spending over 1 minute, then you're obviously eating into your time that you could be using to spend answering other questions. Obviously, each question is only worth 1 mark, so you have to be like mathematical, logical in your approach. If you're spending more than 1 minute, you can't find the answer, you move on. You either guess or you move on and come back to it if you have time. So yeah, these two things are very important to get a high band in IELTS or a high score in TOEFL.
Yes, exactly. By the way, I'm stuck in traffic, so I suppose that I can talk with Cambly. I guess there's some kind of demonstration on my road. Yes. So the traffic, they cut some roads by police. Some roads cut by police. So I guess for that demonstration, sometimes some anniversary, can take place because my workplace is in downtown. So sometimes that can be happen. Yes.
So tell me a little bit more about Ankara, Mehmet. Like, is it a good place to come and visit?
Yeah, for visit, not a good place because there's not too much touristic places for visit. But in the other cities of Turkey, they are better places for visit. For example, Ankara is capital, and in the middle of the Turkey, there's not a touristic place. There's not too much historic place to visit, but Ankara also and indeed ancient Roman city. Indeed, for example, there is some bed, there's some temple remains, and there is a castle comes from the Roman Empire. Augustus.
Wow,
yes,
that's pretty good.
Augustus, I guess, built that city and visit here sometimes. So there are some remainings, and also there are Roman Empire remainings in Ankara. But before the being capital, Ankara not a big city, so there's not too much thing to do. But after announced as capital, approximately 90 years ago, it started to develop. Now it's 5 million population, but yes, it's
quite big.
not. Yes, quite big. But there are better alternatives in Turkey. You know, Istanbul is the best place to visit in Turkey for culture tourism, and Antalya is the best place for tourism. You know, the sea, sand, and sun. So
yeah, of course. And what about the weather in Ankara? Is it high in altitude above sea level, or is it?
the approximately 900 meters high
Okay, so
from sea level.
quite high.
Yes,
Yeah, quite high.
it's approximately 2,600 feet, and it's a little bit, you know, there's no humidity in Ankara, and the is hot, very hot and sunny, and the winter season lasts a little bit cold under the average.
How cold would you say? How cold does it get in winter?
It's for example, there's some snow in winter, so generally the 0 degrees.
Wow, so that's colder than I thought. Yeah,
yeah, because
brilliant. Yeah, that's
the sea effect, you can't feel the sea effect, you know. The sea moderate the weather, but there's not a near a close sea to Ankara, and the mountains hinder the the sea effect to Ankara.
Brilliant. Yeah,
And
it's a good word.
Yes.
Hinder, great word. Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
And so, what do you do now for a job, Mehmet? What is your job at the moment?
Yes, I'm working in a bank as IT auditor. I have been working here for 3 years. I'm graduated from university 8 years ago. I had some software development experiences, and after that, I start to audit side of computer science. So I'm working in a bank as a consequence.
Okay. And how long will it take you to qualify as a pilot?
There's 2 years training. I spent 1.5 years, but I have to after my I have 134 flight hours, and I have to 70 more flight hours after my exams. After that, I can apply to airlines as co-pilot.
Brilliant. That's amazing. So how long has it been your dream for to be a pilot?
I guess in 4 months I will be finished my training in 4 or 5 months. Yes, well, because 2 months for theoretical lectures and exams, and after that 2 months will take for flights, I guess. After that, yes.
Okay. So I mean, though, has it been your dream since you were a child? Like, have you wanted to be a pilot for years?
When I was a university student, I went an internship at a Turkish aerospace industry company. It's the biggest company of Turkey. They are producing some parts of planes for Airbus, for Joint Strike Fighter, for helicopters, and also producing the. Our time is finished, I guess. Thank you very much.
Yes, Mehmet. Thank you. Lovely to meet you. Hope to speak to you again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.